Call Bismarck. Oh, 1, 2, oh, 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2, oh, 1, 2. I like to introduce myself. My name is Bismarck. And well, I'm the human boat. Oh, 1, 2, oh, 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2, oh, 1, 2. I like to introduce myself. My name is Bismarck. My MC name is Sham. And Shantae. And TJ Swamp. My DJ is Marley Mob. We're down with Mr. Magic. My man just fly top. We came to rock for Brooklyn and Queens and Manhattan and the Bronx and Staten Island. I can't forget New Jersey and Long Island and all over the world. We came to rock for everybody like this. Get up, get on up, get up, get on up.
How y'all doing, everyone? Grudge One the Madman live once again from Madison, Wisconsin here at JiggyJamz, the best record store in the Midwest. Thank you for joining us here. I'm on the eve of the Bucks championship reign, so hopefully that'll be the case tonight. Once again, I want to start off with the one and only Bismarck. Unfortunately, we lost a legend last week, and I just want to sit here and pay up my respects. The song that you heard actually as the intro, good shout out to my sister for putting a little promo together for me this week, was actually sampled this. So the song that you heard in the intro was Make the Music With Your Mouth Biz, which is the EP that's here. So basically, this one, a 1, 2 is actually what that song samples. So, or actually what Biz, that's not sample, Biz just redid it. You know, Biz doesn't sample, he just goes in and redoes the thing. So, which is definitely part of his genius. You know, he's definitely going to be missed. I actually just want to go over just a few of his classics and everything too that I have on hand. First of all, these are two. This one actually is going off. So this one actually came after the Biz EP, after the EP I just showed you. This one has the Biz Dance and everything. Actually, it does have the Biz Dance part 1 is on this. Also, this is his first album. This is his cousin, Cool V. Big shout out to Cool V as well too, since he lost his cousin. But yeah, this is the legendary first album. Actually bought right here at JiggyJamz. I did buy this here at Jiggy, so big shout out to Jeff with that one. Also, this one comes from Jeff's personal collection. This one is I Need a Haircut. And the significance of this one is, unfortunately, Biz got sued for it. The whole thing, I'm sure if you guys want to look that up. But basically, he got sued for, this actually changed the world of sampling in hip-hop forever, because Biz actually lost this case when he got sued by Gilbert O'Sullivan, and they put a cease and desist on his album. So this is actually taken off the shelves. So this is actually very rare. This is actually a pretty rare find. Big shout out to Jeff for bringing this to the show as well too. I Told You is one of my favorite songs on here, and also I do have I actually have, if you guys don't see it, I have my tape copy of. This is my cassette copy of I Need a Haircut. This is an original pressing as well too. Just a couple things also I have here. This is the second album, the Diabolical Bismarck. This one has Just a Friend on it, a thing named Kim. And one of the things that I actually want to talk about Biz is, which I'll get into with a couple of things I'll be showing it in a few minutes, is that he was an avid toy collector and also one of the best. He had one of the best record collections in the world, actually, when it came down to rare 45s and things like that as well too. So, you know, not only was Biz known for being actually a world-class hip hop artist, also it was always a lane for him, just in terms of his point of view with humor, but also, he turned into a world-class DJ as well too. So Biz I would probably say was my favorite DJ, especially during the 90s. He actually was doing a lot of runs during the black college circuit. I've seen him at the Hampton Convocation Center. I've seen him, actually I went to a game where Hampton University played Howard University at RFK Stadium, and I went to an after party that he did, and Biz did the most gangster shit I've ever seen a DJ do. And what he did was, so if those of you that don't know, Washington D.C. is big for go-go. It's basically the home of go-go. You know, as I kind of touched on last week with Chuck Brown and the Soul Searchers when I played Bustin' Loose, and Biz took a tape. I'll never forget this. I was in there in the crowd dancing with a girl, and Biz took a tape out of someone's hand, a cassette tape, like one of these I just showed you. Took a cassette tape of a go-go mix. Biz actually had a cassette deck behind, actually right below here where the DJ booth is, and started playing some of the go-go off this basically somebody's mixtape, and then just blended it into a whole bunch of other go-go and things like that too. I've never seen anyone do that. Only the B-I-Z, M-A-R-K-I-E, nobody beats the Biz even to this day. You know, and I've also had the pleasure of meeting him, you know, up close and personal at a nightclub once. But he's actually really, really cool. We're all gonna miss him. You know, his contributions, you know, to the game are unparalleled. You know, actually, you know, between him and DMX, you know, they definitely broke the mold when they made those two dudes. But Biz will definitely be missed. But I just want to go over just a couple of things that I've had in my collection from Biz. The Vapors remix, I actually caught this from Dusty Groove in Chicago. I might play a little bit of this after I get into the other record I have on the platter, which is Spring Again. I want to play Spring Again, a little bit of Spring Again first. That's actually big shout out to Andrew Barber. I was actually watching actually just read one of your tweets, and somebody was saying that this is one of your favorite songs by Biz. It's one of mine too, so that's why I have this 12 sitting here on the platter, Spring Again. And you know, Biz is the funny dude. You can see him right there where my finger is, you know, with the on his face and one of the flowers as well too. And once again, his cousin DJ Cool V, his co-producer, and also his DJ. And this one is also a song with Biz on it as well too. Lovely How I Let My Mind Float, which is the B-side of Ego Trippin' Part 2. This is from Balloon Mind State. This is a promo copy. And Lovely How I Let My Mind Float is actually one of the joints that Biz is on. Biz has always collaborated. I think Sticks and Stones and a bunch of other things. Biz is just all over the place. You know, especially if you go through a lot of his discography and stuff too. So I definitely want to touch on just a couple of Biz records. Oh, also, I do have a couple of his greatest hits. This one is Biz's Baddest Beats. This one came out not too long after I think All Samples cleared, if I'm not mistaken. So this one has a lot of his Best of Cold Chillin' that's on here. You can see he's got him with on the toilet stool and everything too. This is an older joint, so actually a piece of it just fell out. So yeah, it shows you how old it is. So also, I'll throw on a little bit of the Spring Again really quick, and then I'll jump into another Biz song as well too. I definitely want to, you know, send my guy out, you know, in style. So it's a little bit of Biz right here for you.
Yo, this sound alright though. Yo, me and Cool V, this gonna be our new single. And when you hear the story, you'll say it's alright though. Yo, Cool V, why don't you give me a cue? One more cue and then I'm ready to go in.
Biz Markie, rest in peace.
Like when the winter's gone and all of a sudden it start getting warm. The trees and the grass start looking fresh and the sun in the sky be looking at best. Birds be singing, flowers be blooming, a lot of brand new cars be zooming. Fly girls looking the best they could be and the guys be dookie down, you see. Besides all that, I like the warm weather, cause that's when you can get yourself together. I like Easter time with a grin, cause when I used to go to Coney Island.
That's where I'm from, Coney Island, baby.
Candy.
Shout out to AG.
Fine and dandy. We used to get dressed up in double knits and the plaid suit jackets, cause they were legit. The good old days was back then, and the reason I reminisce cause
Spring again. Everybody know it's spring again. To the girls and boys and people above, this is the time to fall in love.
Now girl, without no doubt, means nobody wanna be down when you're down and out. Now when you're established and got a lot of money, everybody wanna be your buddy and honey. Like tall buildings they call skyscrapers, and you feel it. nothing can save ya. But this is the season of catching the vapors. And since I got time, what I'm gonna do is tell you how they spread it throughout my crew. Well, you all know T.J. Swan, who sang on my records. Make the music nobody beats the biz, well, check it. Back in the days before this began, he used to try to talk to this girl named Fran. The type of female with fly Gucci wear, with big drug jewelry and extensions in her hair. When Swan tried to kick it, she always fast, talking about, baby, please, you work for
UPS.
Since he wasn't no type of big drug dealer, my man T.J. Swan didn't appeal to her. But now he trucks gold and wear fly belly boots, rough leather fashion and tough silk suits. Now she stopped fronting and wants to speak and be coming to all the shows every single weekend. To get his people number, she be begging please, dying for the day to get skis. She caught the Vapors.
So that's the Vapors remix. Actually, the video version of this. That's why I wanted to cop the 12. Because the video version had the bone, had a little bit of actually just a few extra bars in the beginning of it. This one's cool because he's telling the story basically about himself, his cousin, Cool V, and also Big Daddy Kane. So a lot of you just another quick historical note about this one too. So the first side of Going Off was actually written by it has the writing credits of Antonio Hardy, who's actually Big Daddy Kane. So Big Daddy Kane actually wrote the Vapors, Picking Boogers, Going Off, all of this, your Albee Square. A big shout out to the whole Juice Crew. I know y'all lost one of y'all brothers. Everybody in the Juice Crew, Master Ace, Craig G, Marley Marl, Cool G Rap, Kane. I'm not sure if I'm not. Oh, Tragedy Gaddafi, also in the Juice Crew as well too. So yeah, big shout out to y'all as well too. I definitely want to mention that. Moving on, stepping away from biz for a hot minute. We're gonna jump into some Record Store Day 2021 Part 2. Some of the editions that came out. Actually, quite a few records came out. I didn't grab everything. I just grabbed what I can get my hands on. So I didn't do the whole thing where I went through 7 different record stores in 2 days this time. I actually went to 5 different record stores here in Madison, Wisconsin. I'll just start off with some of the record stores, some of the highlights from Record Store Day in terms of the releases. Actually, in my hand, I actually want to get my hands on this. This is actually the Blue Vinyl Tuesday selection for today. This is Donna Summer, Bad Girls. I just remember this from when I was a kid. 2 big hits on this. Hot Stuff and Bad Girls. Huge album. Donna Summer's top selling album, double platinum. So they actually remastered this. Also, the one and only Giorgio Moroder has production on this as well too. So you guys know I always flip out my paper. So it does have, you can see it has a red disc that's with it, but it also has a blue one as well too. This one is the B-side with the blue. That's pretty royal blue here. So this is actually one of the cops I grabbed. I definitely was kind of looking forward to this too. A little nostalgic and everything, but I definitely want to get my hands on this. Yeah, Donna Summer. I did grab this one, but you know, I as most of you know, I do lean more towards the hip hop side, but a lot of my selections as well. So I definitely wanted to actually have KMD. Let me go to KMD first. I'll come back to that Timeless, but KMD. Mr. Hood, this is with Sub Rock and Zev Love X, better known as MF Doom. This is their first album. This came out in 1990 via Elektra Records. Actually, I'll probably play a little bit of this too. Is Peach Fuzz on here? Yeah, I love the loop on Peach Fuzz. I'm gonna play a little bit of Peach Fuzz. This record actually came out kind of cool. It matches the record cover, so. Yeah, I'll play a little bit of Peach Fuzz. I love the sample that they use, and it's just a dope record. Stands on its own. Once again, rest in peace to Sub Rock and KMD, Sub Rock of KMD, and also MF Doom. I definitely want to jump into a little bit of this, so you guys can get a feel for it. I remember when this came out. They were also he made his debut on the Gas Face as well. That's MF Doom.
Oh, he nice. I'm smoother than him, man. I mean, West Suits love it. I know, right? He was
It's just a thought.
Yeah, heavy Dio. The girls, they love me. They love me. I just know it. You're positive king. He's dip, dab it on, but yo.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, LL, yo. He might keep the girls jingling, yo. I'm the man. I'm the man. fact, yo, see they laughing at me, yo.
Man, look at them.
Wait, yo, well anyway. On the hills of my chinny chin chin, got many plus plenty. String by string, I think I count like 20. If you loan me an ear, I'm returning with interest. If not, I'll simply twist your wrist. So listen up closely, with thoughts to recoup me. Cause I hope to gross like 10 cents per groupie. Not only if I had 2 G's per strand. Ask my anchor banker, he understands. I used to wrap my hand around a cold gold can. Someone once said health is wealth, so check's up. I got some perfect checkup, except for a hiccup, but with no stick up. How can I keep the Goya nectars on my shelf? Oh boy, how I search for an employer. But before the yellow Huckleberry Finn was in Tom Sawyer. Now use your imagination, just a smidgen.
If I was a boy, to be a pigeon.
Sick of wonder crumbs and pizza crust. When every fella can eat fresh fish and live fat like a pelican. Then again, that's only if you're capable for freckles or blue eyes. I settle for heckle or jekyll while I chuckle at my man with the cellular phone. The only phone I own's a funky xylophone's tone. Ain't no joy in annoying high-pitched ringing. We do the tap, twist, and twitch bringing through soul and this cordless thingamajig. Sure, some rocks, clip with etch and cling to your wig. We'll do the gig, so make your mind thumb twiddlers. The pipe, the bowl of us fiddlers. Don't riddle us, I'll even ride a bus to the coast if clear. For okay pay, I say I'm finished up, I've been. Now all this running around's kicking me right in the rear. And still I'm judged by the hairs on my chinny chin chin. And I'm
bound to hit his
skin, just like my man Pooh Maxwell. I'm smooth. And yeah, can he get the job done, but Joe, I take care of business. What's up with this peach fuzz? Peach fuzz.
That's Peach Fuzz by KMD, one of my favorite joints. Off that, this was actually the lead single to that album. So it made some noise. It made some noise. The second album, Black Bastards, actually got pulled off the shelves, which I have that one as well too. So I'll be definitely showing that one sometime soon. So actually, with the next record, this one is. Wow, big shout out to K-Max for putting this back on my radar because I almost fell asleep at the wheel on this one. This is Timeless, a suite from my Dukes, with a 60-piece orchestra orchestrated by Miguel Atwood Ferguson. This one actually came out really good. For those of you that that listen to or familiar with the Nas Illmatic with the National Symphony Orchestra, this is in that vein as well too. So this one's actually pretty cool. Special guest on this, Bilal Dwele. And I'm gonna play. Actually, I gotta play this. When I first heard this, I was damn near in tears. So this one is actually. I'm gonna play you a piece of "Stakes Is High." So "Stakes Is High" is actually a song De La produced that De La produced for De La. But yeah, but this one, so instead of with Pasta Noose and also Talib Kweli steps in for Dave as well. So I did want to play a piece of this. This came out really, really dope. So I'm just gonna kind of drop the needle kind of in the middle of it, just so you guys can get a little bit of a piece of this. The horns get me every time.
The instamatic focal point, bringing damage to your bubble. We some brothers from the east with the beast that be thorough. Run solar gravitation, I'm bound to pull it. I get down like brothers are found, ducking from bullets. Gun control me using both hands in my land, and it's all about cautious living. My great higher for my consequence. Compliments, struggling shouldn't be noble. Every word said, quality is so quotable.
I'm sick of bitches shaking asses, sick of talking about blood, sick of without your glasses, sick of slang, sick of half-assed award shows, sick of
name brand clothes,
sick of R&B bitches over bullshit.
Name brand clothes, sorry.
Cane and crack, bringing sickness to blacks and fat.
Swole hair rappers
with they sicker than rap, clappers and gas, making the whole sick world collapse. The fact is getting sicker, even sicker perhaps. I stick a bush to make it to escape the snap. Hey yo, life can't get all up in your ass, baby. You better work it out.
Let me tell y'all what it's
all about.
Not considered equal. Media has more right than my people. Wasting time scheming who they hated. No why they the tumble.
Everybody.
With the love, come on y'all.
Vibration, the stakes is high.
You know what I'm saying?
I can rock out to this all day long. So it's probably my favorite De La song. One of my top 2 or 3 Dilla productions. It gets on the recorded side, but I was completely blown away when I heard this with a 60-piece orchestra. But actually, this was recorded about 5 years before Illmatic was the Illmatic with National Symphony Orchestra as well too. So maybe Nas is inspired by this, and on one hand always watching the other in our culture. So it's actually really dope. This is actually a gatefold, so it also has an interview with his mother, Ma Dukes, his mother in there. So make sure you guys grab this if you can, if it's still available. A lot of these titles from Record Store Day have sold out. On the secondary market, just like anything, might pay a little bit more for it, but it's definitely worth having. So I definitely wanted to touch on that. Also, just a couple of other things. Saigon, Greatest Story Never Told. This is Saigon's first album, produced mostly by Just Blaze. I think exclusively by Just Blaze. I haven't cracked the seal on this, but I definitely want to get my hands on this one. A lot of joints on here I'd already previously heard, but I definitely wanted to get the vinyl experience from this. Big shout out to Saigon, wherever you at. So this is actually pretty cool. The Grammy-nominated album, the classic. I mean, Royce always has been getting better and better over the years, and I was definitely pretty stoked to get my hands on this. Super lyrical joint. It just speaks for itself, and I just learned so much. I just get something new out of this every time I hear it. So this is actually really, really cool. It is Royce the 5'9", the Allegory. I know it's just a little bit late with the pressing, which is just my only knock on this is I wish this would have come out just a little bit earlier, just so we could enjoy it right around the time that when he released it. Cause this came out around, this was last year as a matter of fact, originally out for streaming for 2020, and this is also the gold color of this one as well too. So this is also a double disc. So make sure you guys go out and grab this. Actually, if any of you need an extra copy, I do have an extra copy sitting here, so we can probably talk about that. With a few extra copies that are left, as a matter of fact. Also on Record Store Day, Dinner Party by Robert Glasper, Terrace Martin, Kamasi Washington, and Ninth Wonder of Little Brother. This is actually really, really cool. What I liked about this one is Dinner Party was good, but this one is better only because I think it just adding lyricists and guest lyricists to this, it just gave it a little more life. So this one has everyone from Rhapsody and Herbie Hancock. Matter of fact, I'll play a little bit of that. Mighty Tree with Rhapsody and Herbie. I thought that was kind of cool. This one is actually a pretty splatter vinyl as well too. This one came out pretty nice. So Dinner Party is out there. I mean, if you want the instrument, the original Dinner Party is an instrumental version. You can find that in black vinyl. Also, Vinyl Me Please did a pressing for that as well too. So you might want to give that a shot if you really want to go after it. And guys are big fans of all 4 of these. So it was actually a colossal get together with that. So I'll play a little bit of Family Tree, just so you guys can get a taste of what's going on with this. And I'll go into a second Robert Glasper record in just a moment.
Feet don't fail me now. Embarking on a journey. My roots know where I'm from. I want a chauffeur. When it's cold, I want a chauffeur. I want a chain so thick it's hanging off my shoulders. I want veneers on my motor. Tony Mottola, I learned about him from the Fugees. Both my label owners black. Rapping in the kufi still won't get you money. A recognition so sacrificial. Looking at the streets, and there's still too many bishops. But do we even care about these issues? Yes, we do. Seeing more necks sticking out, and they ain't even gooses. Revolt Black News is the one that I tune to. I can't spell impossible. I'm Tom Cruise, I just hit M impossible. Millionaire Juju, my new growth won't ever relax. I'm learning alchemy, low vibrations, messing with my allergies. Rapping on saxes got me in sax fifth. Paying taxes got me thinking about biz like nips. When my leaves fall off my branch, heathens fall to thy knees. I'm at the gun range, learning how the bullets bust. Hate got us by the balls and squeeze thieves. Gotta pay your dues, love. April in the summer, I've been crying like a motherfucker. Gotta save yourself, dodge your devil like it's double dutch. Feet don't fail me, took the stairs on my level up. I ran the whole journey in some ankle cuffs. Feet don't fail me now. Embarking on a journey. My roots nowhere.
So that's Dinner Party with guest Herbie Hancock and also Rhapsody as well too. And actually, what's the name? I didn't even tell you the name of the song. I'm terrible. I'm an awful human being. My apologies. The name of that song, yeah, I just kind of been flipping through it myself. So, the name of that song is "The Mighty Tree." So, and also Robert Glasper actually was connected to Robert Glasper Experiment or the Trio. He's always doing some different things. This one he actually did with Denzel Curry. So this is actually a 45. Released specifically for Record Store Day as well too. It's got their picture on it, as a matter of fact. I want to make sure I'm holding it up right so you can see it. This one actually has the picture. It's a little bit more prominent on that side. It's actually pretty cool. But it only plays on one side, so this side the label is the one that plays. So I'll give you a little bit of this as well too. Once again, this is Robert Glasper with the second RSD 2021 entry, and
Denzel coming up.
let me see. Oh, it's a 45. It's a 7-inch that plays at that 33. So, my apologies for that.
I don't write rhymes, nigga, I write checks. Might rewrite your life if the price set. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. It's the nigga Denzel coming out of the zoo. Carol City, what I breathe. Dissect the flow so you can see what I bleed. Put it all together and it forms of one thing. Captain Planet, I'm on my packing cannons to crack Atlantis is so incredible. Looking at your face, it's so regrettable. Better fix your mother, gotta rush you to the medical. Doctor, bugging out like Flick versus Hopper. Untouchable to any window shopper. Mannequin, flow scorching badges like it's Anakin. Smoking cannabis, but ain't no journals that I'm handling. Like, who brings a composition to the competition? There's gonna be some consequences when I'm. Now let me do just like the judge and throw the book out. Let's get it on the Barbie like a motherfucking cookout. This rhyme is dedicated to every MC I took out. And ones that got the best of me, so all y'all niggas look out. Chef mad flavors. Bitches suck the energy, it's like a lifesaver. Shave it up the top, it's sorta like a lightsaber. G's greater, he's greater. When they mention I, definition of the fly, and that's why I don't write rhymes, nigga, I write checks. Might rewrite your life if the price set.
This is Robert Glasper and Denzel Curry with a song called Lyman Park. Once again, it's a Record Store Day exclusive, 45. Actually, I just got this from Strictly Disc. So all of the Record Store Day, entries, I actually that I purchased were from Strictly Disc. Big shout out to Angie, Ron, also Evan, Matt, Ryan, Brett, I'm gonna make sure Jack. I'm gonna make sure I'm not forgetting anybody. So you guys did a great job of actually making sure everything was executed perfectly for Record Store Day this Saturday as well too. Big shout out to my buddy Casilda for joining me on this Record Store Day shopping trip. I hope you learned something. She also actually, if you take a look at she actually got a lot of the records that I got too. I think Casilda got the Mod Dukes and also the Dinner Party as well too. So she should be enjoying that. So yeah, definitely. You guys are more than welcome to hit me up if you want to go on record store trips with me. I hit up a lot of different places, not only around the city but also within the region as well too. Speaking of that, this last record I caught at Strictly Discs. Happened to be looking into their 45s, and this is actually the 40. I know I've played this a million times already. You guys know how much I love Run DMC, but I do have Beats to the Rhyme on 45. This is the B-side actually, with Run's House on 45 as well. I know you guys saw me have the 12-inch earlier as well too. But I also have, just to kind of go with it, Nautilus. So the gold Nautilus that I've shown about. Sorry about that. So shown about 2 or 3 times. So this is actually a great 45 match. I might do that toward the end of the show, so I kind of put that to the side. But I do want to keep things moving. So my second stop actually was my last stop was JiggyJamz because I had to run to work. But actually I did get this. This was the game, the documentary. I don't know why Jeff keeps. You can't always get these dope LPs, man. What is the deal, yo? What is the deal? You guys got to hit Jeff up for some of these LPs. This one came across the radar. This is an original pressing of the game, the documentary. Everyone's produced joints on here. Hate It or Love It's on here. Dreams, produced by Kanye. Put You in the Game. That was also a single produced by Timbaland. Running. Actually, I'm gonna play a little bit of Running. I love Running. That's actually a dope joint. Running's actually produced by High Tech. High Tech of Reflection Eternal, the group that he has with Talib Kweli. So yeah, I'm gonna play a little bit of Running. I love Running. I was gonna play a little bit of this and just show it, but that can help me transition into the next record. So I'll just jump right into this. Running by the game, produced by High Tech.
Got it, I'm gon' take it. If you're in it, you're coming with me. Bench warmers, get no playing time, no sleeping till I cross the line. I'm running
with 99 miles left on the Avis. Rent a car, blowing horns like Miles Davis at the pearly gates. God let me in, give me a room by Leah's with ESPN. I know I got more sins than 2 lesbians. Been back and forth across the border like Mexicans, but I'm running like New York pedestrians, trying not to scuff my Nike Air checks again. It's funny how niggas be the best of friends and fall out of a pussy and want a dead day man. One of my niggas in the grave, the other one in the pen. She fucking my enemies inside my homeboy's Benz. Now she begging God's mercy cause she ain't listen to Nas and never heard about Ike with the Iverson jersey. He got a cousin named Jason that rocked the Gary Payton. Now the same trifling bitch is an HIV patient. True story.
Got to live for today cause tomorrow ain't promised to me. Don't just want
the game featuring High Tech on production. That's Running, one of my favorite joints. All right, so moving on. Before I came here to JiggyJamz, this is my final stop on Record Store Day. I actually hit up Mad City Music and I actually caught a couple of gems. One of them, the soundtrack to Black Caesar by James Brown. This one is loaded with samples. The movie starring Fred Williamson, so this is actually really cool. Also, it's got one of the samples on here that's pretty prominent is the sample used for Funky Technician by Lord Finesse, produced by Diamond D, and also They Want Effects by Das Effects is on here as well too. So this is actually a must-have. If you got any James Brown album, Black Caesar is actually one of the best joints on here as well too. I came across also from that same spot, Mad City Music. I came across Surface Happy. This is actually a pretty dope song too. Big shout out to Pitt Conley, who actually produced some stuff off of my next record, and that's Gwen Guthrie. And this Gwen Guthrie record I actually found in Sugar Shack. Big shout out to Sugar Shack for opening back up during COVID and everything too. So actually Pitt Conley from Surface, and actually I think they were a songwriting team if I'm not mistaken. They did a lot of work on this Gwen Guthrie album, and the reason why I pulled out this Gwen Guthrie album is because of the hit Ain't Nothing Going On But the Rent, which is on here. It was a big anthem during the mid-'80s as well too. So she actually was doing her thing. Big shout out and rest in peace to Gwen Guthrie as well too. I remember hearing this at Coney Island all the time. I used to play this a lot in Coney Island. I'm sure AG can attest to that as well too. So yeah, Good to Go Lover has Ain't Nothing Going On But the Rent on that. Also, a little spot I went to called the Video Game Exchange is actually here in Madison as well too. They're known for selling retro video games and everything too. Consoles, games, you name it. Old Sega Genesis, old Nintendos, any of the 80s and 90s game consoles. That was what they're known for selling as well too. But I did come across this when my dad actually put me onto this Morgana King with a Taste of Honey. It's not sampled a lot, but a good listen. But actually, if you're a producer, you might want to take a look at this. There's some ill stuff on this as well too. Also, there's another record that I'll end with today, but I'll just kind of point this out. Take Six, a cappella group from the early 90s. They actually had a song called Spread Love. Everyone, a lot of mixed DJs in New York actually, threw drums under this and actually used this as intros and everything too. I'm actually going to end the show with this. I really like this record and everything too. So, also stepping away from Record Store Day for a split second, just a couple of records I caught in passing. Big shout out to DJ Sluggo, who actually came in town a couple of weeks ago. They actually performed. So he actually. This record is actually for sale here in JiggyJamz, but this is my signed copy. I think that one, the other one may be signed. I don't know, but this one's called the Co-Sign, speaking of signed. And this one actually comes with a DVD as well, too. So actually, Sluggo signed my copy of this. So big shout out to DJ Sluggo and also to DJ Fats for coming through as well, too, to Madison and actually putting on a kick-ass show. So make sure you guys grab this with a free DVD. Also, big shout out to my boy Owen Foxcroft, who actually I was at a bonfire for one of my guys, Tom Bainey, who came in town. He actually blessed me with this record. Big shout out to Owen and Brittany. He gave me this out of his personal record collection. Jimi Hendrix, the Band of Gypsies. I will be putting in ear to this. Actually, I did start listening to this. Definitely a classic. As you can see, I kind of flipped the paper and everything as well too. So definitely have this in your collection if you're a Hendrix fan. And one small note about Hendrix: Jimi Hendrix was actually in the Isley Brothers, and I guess they let him go, and he went on to his own big and bad career. So that's something that's also a little side note as well about Jimmy. Also, big shout out to another record store that I actually hit up last week when I was in Chicago. Was Conservatory Music in Flossmoor, Illinois, run by Capital D of All Natural. For those of you that don't know, All Natural still is a hip hop group that was big in Chicago during the late '90s and 2000s. Known from actually they had their own record label and everything too. Put out a lot of local artists and everything on their label as well too. I'm including my boy Race Tackler with Prime Meridian. So I actually big shout out to Tone Be Nimble for letting me actually go in his basement and pull out records and everything too. I know I got another stack over there that's worth about another stack, but I'm definitely coming back to come grab that. I just wanted to go through some of my finds over at Conservatory Music. I was very, very, very pleased with all the things that I came up with that. This one is a repress of the Third Base album, the Cactus album, mostly produced by Sam Sever and Stimulated Dummies. The beats on here are ridiculous. If you guys really know your music and everything, the Cactus album is a Def Jam classic. Always keep this in your collection as well too. Big shout out to MC Search and Prime Minister Pete Nice, Daddy Rich as well too. And also, this is the first album that MF Doom was on. So Gasface is actually on this. The song I was mentioning. So KMD actually made their debut on this album. So I definitely wanted to show that to give you guys some historical perspective on KMD. Also, the first Kwame album. I actually like this album too. Big shout out to my sister Nyambi, who's the biggest Kwame fan that I know. A New Beginning. This is actually pretty good. This is self-produced. It says produced by Herbie Lugbug, but later it came out that from what I understand that Kwame did most of the beats and production himself. So this is actually a really cool album. It's got the rhythm on it. It's The Man We Know and Love. Sweet Thing actually was one of the first covers of Shaka Khan that I'd ever seen as well too. Atlantic actually put a big push behind this album. They released about 4 or 5 videos for this. There's a lot of joints on here, and the rhythm is actually one of the singles that was actually from that, and this also has a go-go remix of You Got to Get Down on it. So actually speaking of go-go, I'll probably play a little bit of it. So let me see if this is the Bone Age version. I haven't heard this in a minute, so I'll play a little bit of this Kwame. So we'll get a little bit of remix, just kind of switch up the flavor a little bit and see what's cracking.
You got to get down. We gonna rock this one time here. Now on your mark, get set, in effect. Now just do it, no matter how rough I get. Never let me see you sweat. Get hype, non-stop, gonna just ramble. Suit up so much, boom, they call you Campbell. And Bally shoes and Nike sneakers, August socks and barefoot. Cut the rug, but nothing they bug, cause I don't really care what dances are in. Spin again, alone with a friend. Feel like a kid again, while I'm ready to hypnotize by giving your hip a twist. And if you're hypnotist, you'll never just get the fist or violence. We'll be silent, we gotta try again. Those acting wild then, oh, never will I slip. Talk junk, but gossip. Wanna step to me? Come on, what's up? Paragraph, paralyzed, consider a fight, but they call me Grease Lightning. You got to get down. You got to get down. You got to get down. You got to get down, 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 down. Had to go, y'all to get down. We had to go, y'all to get down. Had to go, y'all to get down, 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 down. Check it out.
A little bit of Kwame. That's actually got a little bit of go-go in it as well too with the remix. You got to get down. Actually, I heard that when I was listening to the video version. That's the video version of it. Now I remember the video version of You Got to Get Down. So this one I was actually pretty pleased to find as well too. Once again, big shout out to Tone Be Nimble. I'm a big fan of the artifacts, so it was 2 joints that I was really. I've actually had these in other forms. The Ultimate. This is the first single off of their second album. That's Them. So this has the Showbiz remix on it. These are black vinyl as well too. So I was really pleased to have this. But I did want to play a little bit of this as well too. It's one of my favorite remixes by one of my favorite producers, Buck Wild. Come On With the Get Down. This is with Busta Rhymes on it. It's really, really dope xylophone run and everything on it too as well with a little bit of vibes. So I'm gonna play a little bit of this as well too. Yeah, because it's just too dope a record to just kind of leave in the sleeve. So yeah, I'm gonna jump right into this. So, for those of you that know, as soon as it comes on, it's like it's the joint.
I transmit the fatness over whackness with my Campbell blunts and matches. Other rappers try to catch us, but I roast them up for practice. So act like you knew where you'll be through in your division. I've been waiting and watching for you to fuck up your position. Man, listen, isn't this some shit for niggas' asses? Like when I flip the script, pause and flick my Philly asses. Yup, that's the status of the rappers with the cabbage. Other crews can act savage, but they all fall below average. My head naps is massive and I'm evil like an evil. And I'm diesel for the sequel, I'm a freaking for my people. Cigars like Bill Cars represent one love like Nas. Thinkers, rappers my job. Tame the terror, drops the bomb on the move fakers. Now I'm stable making papers. Ain't gonna be no motherfucker stealing bread from off my table if I'm able to feed those who need, then proceed. But for those out for greed, take heed and get these. I say come on with the come on, get down with the get down with the come on with the get down. Come on with the come on, get down with the get down.
Come On With the Get Down remix produced by Buck Wild. Busta on the hook, and actually he's got a really dope verse in the end as well too. So make sure you guys. What's that?
K-Max saying what's up.
Yep, that's what's up, K-Max. Peace. Yeah, this is actually really, really dope record. You know, one of my favorite remixes. For those of you that are on your grind, HHV actually has a 4 LP set of gold vinyl of the best of Buck Wild from his remixes from the 90s and 2000s as well too. I'll definitely be hunting that down. So as soon as that touches down, I will be grabbing that without question. Also, just a couple of multiples. Once again, big shout out to Tone Be Nimble once again. These joints here, actually I'll jump into the K-Solo, The Fugitive. This is actually really, really dope record as well too. Once again on Atlantic Records, so I was really pleased to have that. There's a remix on it. Also, I did catch these 3 from the first DLC album, so I actually was pretty excited to find these. So the Formula, Tone actually had all 3 of these. The Formula with the Funky FM remix. This is actually real cool. Also, I've got the Doc and the Doctor. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play a little bit of the Doc and the Doctor. I love the guitars in this. This one is nuts. Yeah, so the Doc and the Doctor. And the third one is actually Mind Blowing. Yeah, Mind Blowing, and also Portrait of a Masterpiece. So this is actually the 4th single. So these are the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th singles from the DLC. I don't have It's Funky Enough. I do want to grab that, but that's a little bit tougher to find, only because it's funky enough. So you got it?
I got you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You got 2? I might have 3. Well, hey, pass it over, because actually this goes with my DLC collection on the first album. I actually have a silver repress by Vinyl. No, not Vinyl Me, please. Music on Vinyl. Music on Vinyl did a silver repress of that came out really good in terms of quality as well too. But I love this. I love the way that Dre did this. Big shout out to Dr. Dre, DLC, and everything too. Yeah, this is actually really, really cool.
The bottom
in this.
I'm tired of everybody coming up to me telling me the wrong I'm doing in the organization. So what you think I need to do about it, Dre? I think it's time to let them know who you are. I'm the diggy doc, yo. Pumping it, yes, y'all. DOC, that's this big kicking fresh, yo. Letting the bass, yo, and flow with so I can
Terror.
I gotta get done, but some think it's a label, me not able to come. Cold correct, so I jet back to my room and invent something to compliment the boom of a kick. Cause I want it all like in Monopoly. The great not a mistake. Make sure it's properly done. Strictly for public satisfaction.
When I'm in action.
So from me to you, what's the song? Strong. An intention thumping system upon. I deliver something to shiver your peak level. And if you want it deeper, Dre, yo, go get a shovel, yo. Your speakers rattle, this is the world, but without a satellite. That's right, I hype the mic, make it dumb, and Dre is the engineer. Behind the drum.
I love this remix. It's always been crazy to me.
I still can't help but feel that there's something wrong in this. And I think I know which way to go. So what I need you to do is drop them.
The part right here.
Tell everybody what's up.
I want you to turn the radio, listen to the lyrics.
Word. The DOC and the Doctor, it never gets old. Big shout out to Tone. Good looking out for blessing me with this record. When I saw this on your actually, if you guys are looking for conservatory music, they have a Discog store as well too. Once again, they're located in Flossmoor, Illinois. My apologies. Right next to Homewood. Of those of you that are in the Chicago area, Homewood and Flossmoor right next to each other. You can you can take the Metro train right out to it. If you take the Metro train to the Flossmoor stop, you walk right out, and the record store, Conservatory Music, is right across the street. So I was really impressed with the store. I was really impressed with it. I'm definitely going to go back. Big shout out to Mrs. Fields, his wife too. So yeah, I definitely had a really good time there. Tone actually pulled out a lot of really some dusties for me. Actually played a lot of original samples. Tone's got that heat, so make sure you guys go check him out. Conservatory Music. Check out his Discog store as well too, and also their furniture as well. If you walk in, it's like they do have retro furniture in the front, but definitely Tone has some of the best records probably honestly I've ever heard. So he's got a lot of it is like OG pressings and everything too. So big shout out to Tone there. Also, I wanted to play a little bit of also coming from Tone. I got this in shrink rap. This is White Men Can't Rap. So this is actually an EP that came out with the movie White Men Can't Jump with Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes. So this is actually more hip-hop influence as well, too. It is sealed, but I'm going to crack this open just to give you guys a little taste of my special Friday show that's coming up. Yes, I am doing a special Friday show for a special 30th anniversary of Main Source, Breaking Atoms. But this is actually one of the B-sides from Breaking... Actually, this is actually just an album cover. This actually came out after Breaking Atoms, but I definitely wanted to play this just to give you guys a little bit of flavor of what I'll be doing come Friday. Once again, I just popped the seal on this. This is Faking the Funk, one of my favorite Main Source joints. But definitely this Friday, I will be doing a special 30th anniversary Main Source show. I'll be pulling out a lot of tricks out the bag. Hope you guys tune in. Actually, I'll be doing a little bit of a promo for it as well too. Hopefully, I'm just gonna put it out there. Hopefully, I get a hold of Large Professor. I've been trying to get a hold of him. I'm sure he's pretty busy this week as well too. So. But definitely, I'll just get right into it. Faking the Funk. This is not on Breaking Atoms, but it's one of my favorite Main Source joints. It probably would have fit right in. Actually, this is on some of the bonus versions or some of the later pressings of Breaking Atoms. This Faking the Funk was added to it. So this is the LP version. So here we go.
And this is how at the age of 19, heard the scene. Too many MCs that do not come clean. Frontin' on feeling hard times and rhymes. You go to the crib and you see no signs of a nigga on the brink, cause that's a prank. What's the attitude when you got $1 million in the bank? You're faking the funk, talking that gangster hoopla and probably a punk. And I'ma let you know that this way your ass can't come with your artificial food. Neat, exotic, break backs and necks. When rappers try to front, they get smoked like a blunt. They need to be locked in trunks. So your word up? I think they're faking the funk. You're faking the funk. I think you're faking the funk. You're faking the funk. I think you're faking the funk. You're faking the funk. You're faking the funk.
this. Well, I've noticed. I remember it before. There's a remix to this that was actually he did the video for. So this is more of a raw LP version of this, the Faking the Funk. This is more, it's more stripped down. I can tell, and also the bar is a little bit different as well too. And you can also tell the flow and everything is different. But that's the beauty of going back and getting some of these original presses and things as well too. So, yeah, so definitely. So just a couple of announcements. Vinyl and Bass First Fridays at Crucible, which is actually where DJ Sluggo and DJ Fats were. So that's coming up. Also Lunar Flow, July 24th at Crucible as well too. So it's an all ladies performance. Is that what it is? That's dope. Also that's from 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. Well, that's all day. 12 hours of all ladies DJs. Make sure y'all come through and support her in Madison as well. As always, Thursdays will be my guy Nate at DJ VPS and also DJ Trichrome. They'll be at Rigby or Argus. Yes, it's Rigby. Yeah. So they'll be there. They'll be there for every Thursday. And also Eugene, my boy DJ EMC will be at Casket Nail on Thursdays as well too. And also EMC will be at Tipsy Cow on Fridays as well. So that's kind of the wave here in Madison. So basically, a lot of these bars turn into nightclubs. And also can't forget Latin night, Latin salsa merengue night, and also a little bit of dancehall as well too with DJ Chamo at Tavern Akaya on Fridays as well too. Tavern Akaya is dope because it's right across the street from the Capitol, and hopefully Mike and Tim will open up those doors for the patio as well too, so everyone can hear and enjoy the sounds, and be able to enjoy each other in fresh air. So I'm gonna end this show actually with one of the records. It's actually one of my favorite acapella joints from the early '90s. This came out in either '90 or '91, maybe even '89. But this is Take Six. Take Six with Spread Love. I always love this song. So actually, this is a great way to end the show, especially with the passing of Biz. I can't overemphasize his, not only just in hip hop culture, but also in pop culture in general as well too. And also, we're gonna definitely miss his ear, definitely miss his funniness. All the antics, especially with all the stories that you've been hearing as well too. I've got a couple of funny stories that I can't tell on camera because it's I'm trying to keep this kid friendly, even though let the rappers curse. But you know what I mean? Like Yo Gabba Gabba. Yeah, like Yo Gabba Gabba. Absolutely. Business beat of the day. Absolutely. Yeah, Biz was doing his thing with that. So definitely proud of Biz for actually just embracing everything too, and just being an everyman. So Biz, we gonna miss you. Also, big shout out to his family. And also Juice Crew as well too. So I'm definitely gonna jump into some Spread Love right now. So all right, y'all. So I'll see y'all next week. Thank you for tuning in. Those of you that missed the show, I'll definitely be posting this on my YouTube channel and on following up kind of on Instagram as well too. So.
With a case of false fever, what a shame. It's a game. And then there's cirrhosis, ain't she sweet? Oh, yes, she ain't. She gets the word next thing.
Go Bucks! Game 6, go Bucks! Fear the deer, go Bucks, let's go!
The truth has been deleted, what a shame. Another game. Seems like everything we hear is just a tale. But I've got something that would never ever fail. It's gonna spread love. Oh, it's gonna spread tonight. Spread love. The truth is in the sky. I've often said love could open any door. Oh, but I wish we had much more. More love is what we need. Da 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 da. They have subscriptions to the gossip magazine with a twisted sense of vision. They treat rumors like religion. What a shame. It's the same old way of these days. It seems like everything we hear is just a tale. I believe in something that will never fail. Spread love instead of spreading lies. Spread love. Oh, the truth is no disguise. Say love.
What the world needs now. I'm telling you, love is what we need. More love is what we need. What the world needs now. We need more love. More love is what we need. Spread love. Instead of spreading lies.
I've been teasing y'all all day with this. I may as well just run into it. Alright, that's how I'll end it. Big shout out to Business Family.
1 2.
I would do the business dance, but nah, it's not enough room back here.
I like to introduce myself. My name is Bismarck. And well, I'm the human orchestra called Bismarck. Making music orally is my specialty. When I go, 1 2, girls get excited. When they hear my lyrics, they wanna recite them. I know you're in the mood. Just go with the flow, and I can play rapping records and all disco. Like Beat Billie Jean,
but Michael Jackson.
They gon' ask you when you hear me do it. You will be shocked and amazed. It's the brand new thing they call the human beatbox craze. Make the music to my beat.
All right, y'all. I'll see y'all in a minute. See y'all on Friday. See you on Friday. Go Bucks. Go Bucks.
Make the music to my beat.
Good.